Yo. So, last night game, man. Virginia Tech versus Miami. So, of course, I was in the building to witness TVD, Tyler Van Dyne, tied the record with Jameis Winston for the ACC. 5 games straight, 300 plus, 3 touchdowns. So now, as you guys know, we got 1 regular season game left. That's Duke at Duke. So that record should be broken by Tyler Van Dyke. We put up great numbers against Duke last year. We beat them 48-0, and that was with De'Aaron King. Now I do believe the offense is more potent passing with Tyler Van Dyke. You do know that King was more mobile than Tyler Van Dyke. Tyler Van Dyke take off running maybe once or twice a game, something like that. Where with King, he probably would rush by 18, 19 times a game. So, yeah, the passing record should be broken. Also, record should be broken by the receiving record should be broken by Charleston Rambo single season, reception. Great year for the Canes, younger players and younger guys and everything like that. Not great year record-wise or, how we wanted it or how we would expect. But nonetheless, man, listen, it's still fire Manny Diaz. Yes, I said it. It's still fire Manny Diaz. It's still get him out of here. Now, I had some great experience last night, as you guys seen in my last video. Had a quick cameo with Charleston Rambo and Tyler Van Dyke. Those guys took pictures with some of the guys. I posted those on my Facebook. I'll post some of those also on Instagram. Make sure you guys like the video also, man, because I be seeing that you get a lot of views, but nobody hit the like button and all that. Make sure you guys hit the like button. It helps the channel to spread to other Hurricane fans and college football fans in general. But back on subject though. So Virginia Tech, I'm at the game. Of course, it's raining. It rained all game, on and off, hard, and then drizzled. But it drizzled pretty much the whole game. Now, I was soaking wet in that game, blah blah blah. But I was on the visiting side. I was like second row, right in front of where the mascot for Virginia Tech was. That thing was looking like a nice turkey dinner, But nonetheless, man, I was there. I was sitting beside all these Virginia Tech fans, and when we jumped out in the beginning, started scoring, putting it on them, like one of the guys said to me, man, this is gonna be a blowout. We ain't got no head coach. And then I looked over into him and said, we ain't got none either. We ain't got one either. He started laughing. He was like, are you guys gonna get rid of him? Didn't you guys get rid of the AD? I'm like, yeah, we got rid of Blake James. Manny Diaz is 1 foot out the door already. Listen, if I'm Manny Diaz, I'm trying to win the next game, win the bowl game, and leave Miami respectively. I mean, it's tough to say that, but at least don't go out like a sucker. Plain and simple. Win the bowl game. Bowl records for us has been terrible. Let's admit it. But nonetheless, man, I'm watching that game now. On the way to Hard Rock, I was listening to the game, the Florida Gators game. Yes, the Florida Gators game. Yes, they lost to Missouri, 24-23 in overtime. Now, last when I saw it, it was 16-16. Missouri had tied up with Florida. So, to my surprise, I'm at the game. It's halftime. I go in the back, chill, looking around. I was looking for Flo. I was trying to get a quick cameo with Flo, but I couldn't get him. I guess I don't know if his signal bad in the stadium or whatever, this, that, and the third. But when I text him, he'll answer in like another hour or whatever. So couldn't get that. But I looked at the score and I see that Florida lost to Missouri, making Florida. Listen, making the Florida Gators, Gators, those baby lizards up there in Gainesville, the baby lizards of Gainesville. So I looked at the score and I'm like, dang, they lost. So Florida now is sitting at 5-6. 5-6. And then disappointing loss for Boston College yesterday. They basically had the last drive against Florida State. The Seminoles, whatever you want to call them up there, Tallahassee, Tally Ho, Trailer Trashy, whatever you want to call it. So Florida State escaped with a win. Yeah, they survived Boston College. They won 26-23. You know, that's tough. They won. So that makes Florida State right now 5-6. Gators 5-6. Florida State 5-6. Those two gonna battle it out now. They're gonna battle it out. The last game of the season, rivalry week. Rivalry week. I hate that we have to play Duke on rivalry week. We need a real rival. But nonetheless, Florida Gators versus the Florida State Seminoles. Battle of the 5-6 teams. What is the implication of this game, T2I? Why are we even talking about it? Well, in this case, somebody's season will be ended by the other. Now, if Florida win that game, Florida get bowl eligible at 6-6. Florida State not a bowl eligible at 5-7. Another losing season for Florida State. If Florida loses, well, Florida State will be 6-6. Florida will be 5-7. And then all the conversation for firing Dan Mullen and getting them up out of there will start brewing again. So this game got a few implications. Now look at it this way. If Florida State win that game, Mike Norvell can credit himself for firing Manny Diaz and Dan Mullen. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Look at old Mike Norvell coming in here stirring up trouble. Old pothead but nonetheless, man, last night, halftime pissed me off. Before we went into the half, we had like 1:08 or something like that when we got the ball back and we took 2 knees to go into halftime. That pissed me the hell off. That showed me that Manny Diaz and Reed Lashley have no killer instincts. No killer instincts. You put your foot on the enemy's neck and you don't let off. You don't let off. You know what pissed me off about that game? We was up 31-26 and I felt like we was losing. I felt like at any given moment we could have lost. Yes, I felt that way. Now, granted, the kids went out there and did what they did and we pulled off, hit a field goal and then a touchdown. Shout out to Mike Harley, and all the other guys that scored touchdown. We're not gonna do the individual things. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out TVD for the performance and everything like that. Listen, last night was a well-fit atmosphere to send off those seniors with a win. Nonetheless, it was raining. It was hostile environment. Not the stadium or anything, but the rain. The rain was hostile. Man, came home, I was soaking wet, this, that, and the third. Got great. It was a great time. It was a great time. If you're a Miami Hurricane that has not been out to a game this season, you missed out, buddy. You missed out. Listen, man. We got new administration coming in, of course. Blake James is gone. Somebody got to replace him. Now, yesterday, to my astonishment, Oregon got demolished, destroyed. Man, they got beat down. Whew, knocked off. Them Utes weren't playing with them. Sheesh. The last time I checked before I found out what the end of the score was, the last time when I checked, it was 28-0. I was like, oh, Mario checked out. Mario checked out. I was like, damn, let's go. Let's go. So, man, hopefully we can get the AD situated and then we could bring in Mario Cristobal. That's my hope. Now, if we can't get in Mario, the hoop and hollering is going around about Lane Kiffin, and then there's a couple of other candidates out there. But those two seem to be the main 2 horse in this race. But anyways, man, last night was epic. Shout out to TVD. Shout out to the Hurricanes. Shout out to you fans that showed up to that game last night, even though it was raining as hell. appreciate each and every one of y'all that I met last night. Shout out to Sparta Canes, JD the boss, man. Shout out. Listen, I met this couple, the Spanish couple, last night. Man, what a night. They made my night. That was the highlight of my night, man. Oh, listen, get Manny up out of here. It is what it is, man. Get him up out of here. His coaching status, ESPN put it on full display yesterday, and I must say that thing is trash. Basura!